morning everyone. I'm Ashmira Ahmad Pandi and I'm one of the reporters of Module 11, and our report is the continuation of the Module 10, which is the Introduction to Education and Statistics. So our topic for today is about the frequency distribution. So what is frequency distribution? In statistics, a frequency distribution table is a comprehensive way of representing the organization of raw data of a quantitative variable. This table shows how various values of a variable are distributed and their corresponding frequencies. Frequency distribution table helps us to understand the given set of information, and it also helps us to find patterns in the data and also enables us to analyze the data using measures of central tendency and variances. But note that in frequency distribution table, we organize the collected numerical data into some arbitrarily chosen classes or groups and try to show the frequency in each group of scores or class. How to construct a frequency distribution table. So here are the steps on how to construct a frequency distribution table rather. So step 1, finding the range. Range of the series of any score can be found out by subtracting the lowest score from the highest. So in the example below, you need to identify first the highest score and the lowest score, and in this example the highest score is 86 and the lowest score is 61. So in this example, the range of the distribution is 86 minus 61 equals 25.
I am the second reporter of Module 11, Siti Fatra and Ali from Prof.Ed English 3B. These are those steps on how to construct a frequency distribution table. Again, step 1, determine the range. Range equals highest score minus lowest score, or highest data minus lowest data. Second, determine the number of class intervals. Depend on the number of scores or data. So, meaning to say, ang class intervals is nakadepende sa laki or dami ng scores or ng data. Number 3 is determine the size of intervals. So, length of class interval equals range over number of class intervals. Okay, so let's proceed to the example of each steps on how to construct a frequency distribution table. So, construct a frequency distribution table using the score of grade 7 students in 30-item summative assessment in mathematics. So, for instance, ito yung scores ng 30 students. So, the first steps that you're going to do is to determine the range. Range equals highest score minus lowest score. So, as you can see, 28 is the highest score and minus the lowest score, which is 8. Minus 8 equal to 20. So, meaning to say 20 is our range. Second is to determine the number of class intervals. So, as what I've said earlier, that ang class intervals is nakadepende sa dami or laki ng overall score, which is the 30. Kapag ang score is 30 to 50, ang ginagamit na number of interval is 6 or 7. Kapag less than 30 naman, ang ginagamit na number of interval is 3, 4, or 5. Third steps is determine the size of the intervals. So, the size means is the length intervals, and how to determine the size of intervals is range over number of class intervals. So, kanina ang na-compute natin is ang range is 20 and the class interval is 6. Okay, so next let's substitute it. Range is 20 over number of class interval is 6 equals 3.33, or round off natin sa nearest whole number, which is 4.
Hello, I am Masi Saparon. Now let's proceed to the step 4 and 5. Step 4, preparing the table of frequency distribution. And this is the example. We have 3 columns. 1 column for classes or scores, 1 for tallies, and 1 for frequencies. Step 5, checking the tallies. In this step, the third column must be equal to the number of individuals whose scores have been tabulated. So in the first column, you have to write down all scores from the given distribution, and it should be from lowest to highest. For second column, we have to write down the tally of individuals who have gained their respective score. For example you're going to find how many students got the score from 25 to 29. For the last column, we're going to put there how many tally marks in column 2. For example if in 25 to 29 has a total tally of 2, then put the number 2 in the third column. Okay, so let's check this example. 50 students of Bachelor of English scores obtained the following scores in the achievement test. As you can see in the first table, we have the scores of students. In the highest, there is 68 and the lowest is 21. And as written below, our range is 47 because 68 minus 21 is equals to 47. Now, our class of interval is 10. So, to get the interval, 47 divided by 10 is equals to 4.7 and round off to 5. Therefore, our interval is 5. After distributing the scores, we're going to tally the number of students who got the score from respective score. Just like from the given example, in 20 to 24 score, 1 students are involved. Then, in 25 to 29, 2 students. The same process with others. After that, we're going to count the tally marks and then get the total frequency. Always note that the total frequency must be equal to the number of scores.